Hi friends, in the earlier session we have discussed about different data types of Python and what is the advantages of Python. And in the data types we have discussed about list and tuples as of now. And today we are going to discuss about other data type called sets. Set. Okay. So what is set? Set is heterogeneous elements. Set is also accepts. It is also heterogeneous elements separated by heterogeneous elements heterogeneous elements separated by comma, and it also accepts it doesn't accept it doesn't or it will not accept it won't accept duplicate values. It won't accept duplicate values. Okay, duplicate elements. And also it will be declared within flower braces. It should be declared within flower braces. Okay, so set is also one of the data type in Python. Set is special data type, okay, which accepts heterogeneous elements here. Okay, which accepts heterogeneous elements separated by comma, and it won't accept any duplicate elements. Set always takes set braces, flower braces here. Okay, so now how to declare an empty set. We're going to discuss about how to declare an empty set. For example, I want to define a set. So let me take one separate cell here. Let me take one separate cell here. I will take this is nothing but an empty set. So because why we are declaring in this format is generally we if we have dictionary, the other data type which we are going to discuss in the further session, d equal to. So for D, they have given this flower braces to declare empty dictionary. So for defining empty set, we use in this format. Okay, so both dictionary as well as uh, the set, both will be declared with round flower braces. So in case of dictionary, we have already used this flower braces. So here as well, we can't use the same flower braces. So instead we use SCT set here. Okay, set with empty braces is nothing but creating an empty set here. Okay, so what is set? Set is nothing but a data type, special data type, which accepts heterogeneous elements separated by comma, and it won't accept any kind of duplicate elements, and it should be declared within round braces. Set is unordered, and there is no particular order, and as it is unordered, and so it is unindexed. It won't follow any kind of index numbers. We can't access elements by taking index values for set because set is unordered and so it is unindexed. Okay, let me take one example. S equal to, I'm taking different elements 22, 12, 33 and 76, and one of the string values, and also 33.5 here. So now while printing, when I print this, as print s here. So see, we have passed the values as 22 in the first, 22 as the first element, 12 as the second element, 33 as third element, 76 as fourth element, Python as fifth element, and 33.5 as sixth element. But while printing the output, we can see the order. It will be printed in different order, not as the same order. So you have this third element printed the first place, and 33.5 is at the sixth position, printed at the second place. Similarly, 12 at third place, 76 at fourth, Python at fifth, whereas this first element is printed at the last, which means it doesn't follow any kind of order. One more example for allowing duplicates or not. Let me check that whether it allows duplicates. 22, 12, 12 again, 33. I've taken duplicate elements here, 22, and here as well, 22 and 22, as well as 12 here, and 12 and 12 here. Similarly, 33 here and here as well 33. So here we can see duplicate elements here. Let me print this set. Now we can see this 12 is printed only once, 33 as well printed, 33 as well as printed as only once, 33.5 as well once, Python only once, 22 as well as only once, which means set by default, its default behavior is it won't allow any kind of duplicate elements. Okay, so this is called set. Now, how to access the elements in set. So let's discuss about accessing the elements. So before that, so when it is unordered here, we can see it is unordered because the order is not followed, order is not preserved. So order is different here. So when it is unordered, by default we cannot access like this, as unlike we will access by using index for lists and tuples. Okay, lists and tuples by using index, unlike lists and tuples. Okay, so you cannot access. Let's try whether we can access or not. I'm printing s of 1, which means 0 or 1. So as it is unindexed, it should give some error. So let's see what is the error. Type error. Set object is not subscriptable, which means we can't access by index values here. Okay, this is the first point which you should remember. Next is we are going to discuss how to access the elements here. Okay, let me take how can we access the elements. So just like unlike lists and tuples, we can access by using for loop for k or for s. Let me take some variable here, iterator for k and s, print k. So here as well, you can see the order still it is not followed because first element here is 22, as here we can see first element as 33, 33.5, 12, 76, Python 22. So while taking for loop as well, you can see the order is not followed as the same order we have passed in the input file and input set. So for loop is mainly used to print one by one the elements one by one, or the accessing the elements each element by using for loop. Okay, and then how can we modify? So length as well, you can see if you print length here, just you can expect, because you need to remove these duplicate values and then you can see the length. So length of s, if I say length of s, what is the length of s here? 22 only once, 12 only once, 33 only once, 76 only once, Python only once, 33.5 only once. All remaining are duplicate values which it will ignore. So these are duplicate values which you have already elements have. I mean, it is already available here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So length should be 6. Let me see. Yes. So length here itself, it also ignores the duplicate values and it just counts only unique values. Okay. So this is called length function. How to use length on set. Okay, set data type. Next is modifying the elements. So first question, if in the interview if they ask whether set is mutable or immutable, so we can say set is we are able to modify the data type set, which means it is not immutable, it is mutable data type, because we are able to modify those set values. That means it is mutable data type. Okay, so let's take one example, or let's just try to modify the values here. So how can we modify set values? We can't, we don't have same functions which we have already discussed for list. List has append, extend, and different sort of functions here, whereas set will have other functions like add and update. These are two different functions mainly used to add single element to the set. Okay, to add multiple elements to the set. Okay, let me take one example for add to understand. I'm taking one more cell here. Let me take the same example here. I will add s dot add of s dot add of Java. So let me print s. So here you can see the Java is added at the end of the set. It may not add at the end also. Sometimes it can add any position at any kind of position here. As we know that set is unordered. So Java is the string value which can be added at any position. It can even end here. It can even end here. Any. So by here we can see it has added at the end last position in the set. Okay. So for adding a single element, we can use add function. By chance, if we try to do try to add two elements, let me take 55. It's one value which I want to add here. It says it's take only one argument. How can you give two arguments? Because add takes only one argument here. So let me remove this. Okay. So can add only one element here. Okay. For add, you can add only single element, and for update, you can add multiple elements. So let me take one more set. S1 equal to, I'm going to add 55 here, Java or Perl here. Okay. And Ruby here, some value here, Ruby, and also 45.44. Okay, 45.44. Okay, I have taken here S1. So let me try to add S1 to S. So how can we do that? So S dot update of S1, which means S1 will be added to S. Now print S. You can see S1 is completely added here. But how it is added? You can see Perl is added at the beginning, at the third position. You can't say because it is unordered, so order won't be followed. So Perl from second set is added at the third position, and then continued with other elements will be added here and there. Okay, so this is like updating multiple elements. We have added multiple elements here. Okay, so this is modifying by add and as well as update. Okay, next we can see deleting. How can we delete or how can we remove? Let's take one example here itself. I'll take the same example here. Okay, so now I would like to talk about remove. When I use remove, so this we are discussing about deleting elements from set. How can I delete elements from set? We can have different methods. Among them, one is remove. For example, I want to remove this Python from the set, or let me take this whole set so that it will be more understandable. Let me take one example here. Okay, so now I want to remove Perl from this set. So if I mention here Perl and print as, you can see Perl has been removed, which means as usual remove works similar way how it works in list. In the list we have to mention the particular element which is to be removed, because here we can't mention. In the list as well we have to mention, we should not mention the index, we should mention the element which has to be removed. The same similarly here also, the same way how it works in the list, the similar way it works in set also. Okay, s dot remove Perl. So Perl has been removed here, and other elements is printed as usual. Okay, now s dot remove, and let me take the element which is not present in this set. For example, I want to print Java. Java is not there in this set, so let me take it's giving what key error. Java is not present. This is key error. Okay, now how to solve this? So instead of using remove, let me add discard. There is one more method called discard. So discard prints if the element is not present in the set. It won't raise any kind of error. It just prints all the elements. Okay, whereas a remove gives an error. If the element is not present in the set, it gives, okay, that element is not present, So it raises key error in the remove. Whereas discard, it won't raise any kind of error. It just prints the rest of the elements. Okay, this is about the difference between discard and remove. Okay, so let's take the other part, like clear, or let me take delete as off. So in the other data type, like list, if you use delete method, you need to mention the index here inside this square braces here. Okay, but here, as we know, we can't apply indices or index here because set is unindexed. We can't apply this, but whereas we can remove the whole set, delete s. Okay, the whole set will be removed. So what is the result? It says set is not at all defined. Let's see, delete s, print s. So now it says it's not at all defined. Set is not at all defined. Okay, so this is the way you have to use delete. Let's take one more other function called clear. As we have already discussed this set of functions for removing elements in the list data type as well. Here also we are going to discuss about this s dot clear. Okay, so what should be the output? Print s. I have removed all the elements, but still I have this braces. Now the question is, what will be the output? Whether we will get this empty braces with after removal of all these elements, whether we'll get this empty braces? No, because empty braces means it is called dictionary. It is already given to dictionary, this flower empty flower braces. So here we will get SET with empty braces like this. Yes. SAT with empty braces. This is the empty data set, sorry, empty set. So now it should get this, yes. So this is empty set after removal of all the elements. This is the question, so you should remember this. Okay, and the next thing to be discussed is, yes, union. We have discussed remove, we have discussed discard, pop. Yeah, pop. Let me take one example for pop. S dot pop. If you use s dot pop, as we know that pop takes index values. If you won't mention any kind of index values, it by default it will remove the last element. Okay, so what pop in set functions little differently. It behaves differently. How it behaves, we can't mention the index because set is unindexed again. So set in set pop, we can't mention any kind of index number. So directly if you use empty braces, pop with empty braces, so we don't know, we are not sure which element will be removed. Okay, so let's check which element is removed. It is removing 33, which is 33 here. So it is removing 33. After removing, if you print other than 33, remove other elements will be printed here. See, you can see here other elements are printed from here to here, whereas 33 is completely removed. That is about pop. Pop doesn't take any arguments here because we are using on set. If you use on set, if you use index numbers, like it says you can't use any argument on set. But whereas pop behaves differently on list, it takes the arguments. If you mention the file, their index number will be there for index for list, but here you can't mention any value here directly. You can mention with empty braces here. Okay, this is about pop. And next thing, union intersection. As we know, in our childhood we have learned union of data and intersection of data. Let's take one example here. Okay, so now this is one data set. Sorry, this is Venn diagrams. If you remember in your childhood, the Venn diagrams. Okay, so this is called, this is A, this is B, and now let's take this. There is nothing but A intersection B. Okay, similarly, think this is set A and this is set B. A union B will be complete. It's completely. Okay, this is A union B. Okay, this is set A and this is set B. So this is the thing we are going to discuss now. This it works a similar way in sets as well. Let's take example here. Okay, let's take one example. uh, let me take the same set. Okay, let me take one more set, s1 equal to 33.5 comma pearl comma 56 comma 78 comma 65.55, etc. Okay, let me take this. Now we take first union. Let's take s dot union of s1 and then print s. So now we have union. Union means all together, removing duplicates. Remember, here 33.5, here 33.5. We'll print only once here because there are duplicates while uniting both of these. Okay, 33. And what are the other values? It prints as it is. Pearl is also there two times, but while printing union, it removes the duplicate values and it prints only once here. Okay, and 12 remaining, all the elements will be printed. This is union. Union can be done in two different ways, by either by doing s dot union of s1 or simply s or s s ampersand s1. It gives the same output here as well. I have executed already. Okay, so it gives the same output here. So this is about union. Let's take the same example and try for intersection here. Okay, now s dot intersection of s1, print s. So let's see what it will print. Okay, intersection. So all the elements it is printing start intersect, I think intersect. Okay, let me check. Yeah, here you need to print directly here itself. S dot intersection of s1. S dot intersection of s1 prints common elements between s and s1. It is 33.5 and pearl. We have common elements here. Okay, and then now let's take one more example for this, or else let's print a different format here. S dot, instead of mentioning s dot intersection, let me take here, I can mention as well like this in this format, s dot SR. This is pipe symbol here. Okay, print SR S1 gives the same output. SR S1 or S dot intersection of S1 S dot. I think here we have mentioned here. I think this should be union so that it will print all the elements. And this should be intersection. This is intersection, which prints only. Okay, so and or little confusion here. So this is union and this is intersection here. Let's take the same thing and update here as well. So this is not union, this is union, and this is intersection. Okay, and now okay, now you can see s ampersand s1 is nothing but intersection. Okay, intersection it is, or you can write directly. So this is intersection and this is union. You can write s dot union or s dot union of s1. Similarly here you can write r s dot intersection of s1. Okay, this is about union and intersection. Okay, let's take one more example, difference and symmetric difference here. Okay, let's take same thing here. I will take these two data sets and I will write the same here. Now let's take print or less s dot difference of s1. Okay, now let me take here. Okay, see here, you can see the elements which are present in s and not present in s1 will be that s dot difference of s1. You can either print in this way or you can directly use print s minus s1 give the same output. Let me execute this. It gives the same output here. The elements which are present in S and not present in S1, which means 30 is present here and it's not present here, so it should be printed here. Similarly, these two are present, so you can ignore them, and this is present in S and not present in S1, so it should be printed. So you can either do S1 minus S as well, so it prints different elements, okay, present in this and not present in this. So 56, 78, 65.5 are present and not present. Order, again, it is an order, so it prints in the, it won't print in the particular order. This is called as, I mean, it is difference. You can either mention in this format or you can either print in this format. Okay, so now let's take one more example here. Symmetric difference. S dot symmetric difference of S1. Okay, now let me print this. Let's see what it's going to print. It's going to print non-common elements. For example, 33 is present here, 30.5 is present here, Pearl is present here. Both are common elements here. Other than these two, all the elements are printed. 33, 30.5, 12, 76, 45.44, Ruby, Python, 22.55, 22.55, 56, 78, 65.55. All these elements will be printed except these two. Other than common elements. Other than common elements. Okay, this is called symmetric difference. Symmetric difference can be done in two different ways. One is like this, or other way is S cap. This is cap symbol, S cap S1. You can either do in this format as well. Order, again, order, always order changes because set is unordered. Okay, this is about symmetric difference. Okay, and then we are going to discuss about is subset, is superset. All these are, see, for example, let me take here, this S1 should be subset of S because S dot is subset of S1. Sorry, S1 is subset of S. Let's consider this as printing false. So this is not a subset. S1 is not a subset of S. Okay, but S is subset of S1. Let's check that. It is also false, it's saying. Okay, I think you can't take all the elements. Let's take only two elements which are common in both the elements. Let me remove this and try to print S is subset of S1. It's false. Let me take S1 is subset of S. Yes, it should print true here. Yes, because only two elements, and this S1 is subset of this. Yes, Pearl and 33.5 is there here as well, so this is subset of this. So always is subset, is superset, everything printed, everything will be boolean outputs. So it gives only boolean values as output. Okay, now let's discuss about frozen set. So let's take only one value here. Now I'll take f equal to frozen set of s, frozen set of s. Now printf. Now see, you can see here frozen set with empty braces here and all these complete set within this here. So this is a function, frozen set is inbuilt function, so it with empty braces, and inside those braces we can see the set which is already defined completely has copied here. Okay, now if you try to add f dot add of 44 here, and let's print after adding, let's print f, it's saying you can't add because frozen set is not able to add. Frozen set is actually immutable. Frozen set is immutable data type here. Frozen set is immutable. It cannot, we cannot modify this frozen set, whereas set is mutable. As we know, set is mutable, frozen set is immutable data type. Okay, that's all about sets and frozen set. Let's take one simple example which was asked for interview. I I have one set in which there are elements, or I have a list. For example, I have a list in which I have certain elements, um, 12, or yes, 12, 22, 33. Let me take 1 to 20, between 1 to 20. Let me take 11, 13, 15, 16, 19, 20. I will take 2, 5, 7, comma. Okay, let me take in order. Okay, order also not required. Now the question is, I want the missing numbers. Missing numbers here. Actually, it should follow the order between 1 to 20 here. But I don't have 1 here. I don't have 2 here. Sorry, I have 2 here. I don't have 3 again. I don't have 6 again. I don't have 8 again. I don't have 13 again. So I want all the missing numbers which are completely not present here. Okay, so let's take one example. Let's print s dot max here. Max, s dot max value, or max of s. Print max of s. It's saying 22 here. Max of s is 22, which means let's take max of s, and then I'll add plus 1 here. Okay, max of s plus 1. So now I'll take range of max of s plus 1. Okay, so it should print from 0 to 23. So because max element is 22, now it should print from 0 to 23. Okay, I'll convert this into set so that we can directly print set, but whereas range cannot be printed here, so I will take, let me take here k equal to some element I'm taking here, k equal to, so k equal to, I have converted into set. Let me print this k, what it is having exactly. Okay, now you can see it's printing 0 to 22 here. Max value is 22. Okay, so maximum plus 1, which means still 23. If you consider, it means here it is printing range of 23, range of 23, which means from 0 to till 22, it's printing here. From this, if you remove this, we can get the rest of the elements which are missing here actually. So we need to convert in, let me take, because it is in a list format, let me take it list format here itself. So list here, so we can get list here. Now let's take, instead of taking list here, let me take in sets itself, because set we can find the difference very easily here. Okay, let me take one more, L or R equal to, I will take k minus s. So in this s is in list format, let me take k minus set of s. Okay, so print r here. Now you can see the elements which are not present here, we can see here, but in set format. Now let me take in list format, because question was asked in list. So now you can see the elements which are not present here. I can get the elements here. 0 is not present, 1 is not present. Similarly, 3 is not present, 4 is not present, 5 is present, so it is not here. 6 is present, not present, so it came here. 8 is again not present, 9 not present, 10 not present, 11 is present, so it didn't come here. Okay, then 12 is present, 13 is present, again 14 is not present, 15 present, 16 present, 17 not present, 18 not present, 19, 20 present. So this is the way which we can find the missing numbers in this format using sets. So knowing the inbuilt functions or inbuilt methods of set will help here to find the solution of this. Hope this video helped you, and let's take other data. Let's discuss about other data types in the further sessions. If you have any kind of questions, any kind of queries, you can comment out here. Thank you.